What is guanin, peeps? What is guanin? I know it's been a while. I had to take a break. But I just thought I'd start off with something very slow, very sedatory, and maybe give it, in sections. I just thought about sections instead. But, you know, if my messages don't resonate with you, please don't take it on. Please don't take it on and take it for what it is. But I just thought I'd do something different and maybe just on a weekly basis for the moment until I decide what to do with my channel. But in the meantime, I thought I'd do some weekly messages and I'm going to split it into sections, okay, because I just don't want to go. I've just been guided to actually do sections for different types of things because, first of all, I'm a strong believer in angel messages. I'm a strong believer in twin flame soulmates. I've been guided in so many ways in so many situations. So I'm thinking, first of all, I'm going to start off with a twin flame soulmate message. And so if it doesn't resonate with you, please don't take it on. Some people don't believe in the twin flame soulmate situation. I certainly do. And it's nice to know what's going on there and what's the current situation. I do know that, it used to be a male-dominated thing, a female-dominated thing, but more and more men are recognizing what a twin flame soulmate situation is. And so it's nice to get these messages out. But before we do any of that, we need to invoke spirit. We need to ask for permission. So we're going to do that right now. So Holy Spirit, holy angels, thank you for your guidance, protection and assistance. Guides, beloved ancestors who love us unconditionally. Please give us the messages we need to hear right now. As above, so below, so within, so without. Please give us the clarity and understanding we need in these situations right now. And this section is always is going to be about the twin flame soulmate journey. So I've got some cards out today. One of my favorite sets. And can I even remember? I don't know what I've done with the box, but they're all in love heart shapes. It's an oldie but a goodie, but I can't remember what they're called. Let me see if I can find the box. Let's see. Where's the box? Sorry, peeps. It's called Lover's Oracle. 45 heart-shaped guidance cards. So, if you read the instructions on these, you're supposed to take out 4 cards. One's the past, one's the present, one's the future, one's the possible outcome. So I'm going to deal some cards out and see if it resonates with everybody. Do you know what I mean? Because the past is always going to be about you being together with your person 9 times out of 10. But, that could have moved on. Things happen, things change. And it's been a while that I've been doing this. So let's figure it out. Please give us the message, Spirit. Thank you. So I'm going to take out 4 cards. Okay. So here's the first one. That's the first one. Here is the second one. Here is the third one. And I'll put it properly in the camera in a moment. And here is the 4th one. I'm going to go right at the top. So let's get these out of the way for the minute. And let's see what's going on. So, beautiful cards, I have to say. And let's get it in so that you can see them, okay? So the past, let's start with the past collective. So it says forgiveness. Stop focusing your energy on past events, for life is too precious to waste. You create your reality by what you think, dream, and imagine. So like I said, if you're focusing on your twin flame, but you're in separation, because this is all about separation, this message has moved on for a lot of people. People that you thought were twin flames or are twin flames. We have to forgive. We have to forgive and move on. We have to forgive them in order to get forgiveness for ourselves. And you've probably heard that, and it's a bit cliche, but we have to forgive. Because if you can't forgive, you're not going to get over it and you're going to hold resentment. And you don't want to be holding resentment because that hinders your progress. Forgive them to forgive yourself. And this is what it is. So this is probably a separation message. But what isn't going on in the present moment then? What's going on in the manifesting miracles? There you go. Your dream is so to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. Now, some of you are wishing to have your twin flame back with you, because this is a twin flame soulmate message. Okay, some of you want your twin flames back. Some of you, you had these people here just to teach you lessons, to wake you up. For some of you, it's a wake up situation. And some people don't like to hear this, that they would never be with their twin flame. But sometimes their twin flame is a case of, I'll see you in the next lifetime. I see you in the next lifetime. You know, and they're just there to wake you up to who you really are and what you need to be doing and what you need to be manifesting. Some of you are manifesting your partners, though. Some of you are manifesting your partners, or I shouldn't say partners, your twin flame, your soulmates. And this is what this message is about. And currently you're wishing, some of you are wishing that you was with your twin flame soulmate. Some of you are manifesting other miracles. And what I always find is you could be just manifesting a relationship, but what I find is when you least expect it, they just pop out of the blue. The situation just changes at the blink of an eye, because we have a thing called free will. But anyway, let's move on. So what does the future look like then? And this is the picture that's come with the future. Okay, and it says here, criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Ooh, that's a deep message. Let me tell you something. Okay, if you was to accept your twin flame, your soulmate, as they are, okay, that means that you know that person and you know who they are. But sometimes, and I have to say it, sometimes it's a cliche thing that comes especially for me. When someone shows you who they are, believe them. It's just like the analogy of somebody who's an addict, okay? You know that person's an addict, but you let them in and they steal from you and they do all sorts of nonsense, okay? So you have to turn around and forgive that person and move on. But knowing that person is different, because the next time they come back, are you going to let them in? Are you going to let them in? Are you going to let them in, knowing that who they are? When someone shows you who they are, believe them. And, you know, we like to push things in our subconscious mind. So, do you become wary of that person, or do you give them another chance? Because this is also about criticism. You can criticize them all day long. They probably have criticisms about you. But it's kind of like, you have to overcome that and compromise sometimes. We have to learn to compromise. We have to learn to actually forgive. It's all about forgiveness right here. It's all about, because we've all got things to be criticized about. So let's have a look at the future message. Let's have a look at the mutual message for this twin flame soulmate situation. It is important right now to take a step back and spend some time alone instead of placing your focus on others. Now is the time to give to yourself. I would advocate for that all day long. You know I do. If you've been around me for long enough, you know that it's not selfish to give yourself self-love. It's to understand and know, because if you can't love yourself, you can't love anybody else. If you can't give to yourself, you can't give to somebody else. Do you know what I mean? You have to love upon yourself, and in loving upon yourself, you will make the right decisions for you, because you know what you will not accept. So in all of this is a message that's moved on. You know, this could be people. This is specifically, I'm going to have to say it, specifically for twin flame soulmates that really are in separation. We've got to learn to forgive that person. We've got to learn to forgive their nuances. You have to learn to forgive who they are and why they do what they do. in order to find peace within yourself so you can manifest what you really want. Now, if it's manifested your twin flame, that's one thing. Do you know what I mean? If it's manifested the twin flame, but if you're just manifesting your soulmate, because some of you haven't met your soulmate, your twin flame, your soulmate, but you feel the energy of it. You feel that there is one there. Because know it or not, some people can even have twin flames who have passed over, but you can feel their energy and they're guiding you and giving you all this. And I know it sounds a bit nonsensical, but this is actually for real, that twin flames have actually passed over, but you still feel their energy because they're still connected to you. You know, so manifesting what you want is a big deal. But at the same time, we've got to learn to stop criticizing. You know, we've got to learn to stop doing these things. And this maybe is even part of the journey that that person did what they did. They had their reasons for doing what they do. Because remember that you're having to forgive. So they did something for you to forgive, basically, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? And that message, the possible outcome, it's important to take a step back and think about yourself. In all of this, forgive, manifest what you want, and stop the criticizing. Because in order for all of this to happen, you have to love on yourself first. You have to love on yourself first. So I'm going to move on from that, people. So my next section, I'm doing this in sections, people, so please forgive me. This is the first section. So I will timestamp it because it's just going to be one long video with different sections. The next section will be about tarot, and specifically, you know, it's tarot, whatever comes out, but I will focus on love and probably your money. Do you know what I mean? For in the tarot situation. So we'll look at that next. So I'll be back, peeps. What is going on, peeps? I am back with a tarot message. Now, I have no clue what's going to come out, as usual. But usually it's a doozy. And if you've been here long enough, you know that I don't wait for dropouts. Dropouts are side notes for me because my spirit guides against it, and I pick the cards and they give me the message that needs to go out there. So I'm going to take some cards out. I'm doing what they call the path, and we'll see what the message is as we go along. So I've already prayed over these cards. So let's get a message out, shall we? So what's the first card? Are these upside down? They're probably upside down. Yes, they're upside down. So the very first card is the Nine of Pentacles. Singledom, independence, stability. Sometimes it's about gluttony as well. But on this card, in reference to love, it says content with or without a partner. And the money message is acquire property, retirement, and profit. But the Nine of Pentacles for me is always going to be about independence. It's about being that independence. So we got the Knight of Swords here. Oh, the Knight of Swords for me is somebody who's very tunnel visioned. So let's move on. Let's get some more cards out. We got the Two of Wands. Decisions. We've got the World card. We've got the Knight of Wands. So far, this is a message about somebody who's contemplating, who wants to make a decision about something, but things are changing. And it's almost like this person's trying to make a decision as to whether they should come in like a bull in a china shop or treat this as a competition. It's almost like, I'm going to say it, somebody doesn't like the fact that you're in your independence. Now, I don't know if there's a twin flame, if you were talking to twin flame soulmate situation. Somebody doesn't like that you're single and you're doing your thing and you're thriving. Do you know, they want to come in like a bull in a china shop, but it's like, what decisions do they do? Because things have moved on, time has moved on, things have changed. Do you know what I mean? Have you closed this cycle and this person thinks you've forgotten about them? And now they want to come in. Now, sometimes when we see the Knight of of Wands. I used to call that the player from the Himalayas, and it is. It's the player from the Himalayas, the community dick, community panani. But if you want to look at it in the good sense, it's somebody who wants to win, who likes to win, who likes the competition, who likes the banter. Somebody who likes to win above all. And is it winning your heart? Is it about winning your heart, collective? Is it about winning you over? Somebody knows things have moved on and you're a different person. And they're thinking about whether they should come in and win. But let's clarify these cards, because after all, this is the actual, this is the path. This is like, this could be the current past. So it goes from the past into the future. But this could be current day going into the future as well. So this could be you, even in this current moment, or like a past stance. You've always been a stable person. You've always been an independent person. You've always been that person that's always, could do for yourself. Don't need to have any kind of assistance, whether monetary, stability, whatever. Do you know what I mean? And somebody so wants to rush in, but they've got a decision to make because they know things have changed. Things have moved on. Have you closed that cycle? And this person really wants to come back in and win you over. Let's see. So why is the Nine of Pentacles here, Spirit? Please give me the message. Balance. Balance. Somebody wants to heal a rift. What else is coming out? Why is the Knight of Swords here, Spirit? Please give me the message. Four of Swords. Somebody wants to rush in. See, this is where, like I said, somebody sees you in your independence, thinks that you've killed this situation. When I say killed the situation, I mean that you have gone in another direction. You've put this to rest. You've come out of this situation. You're not really into this anymore. You've gone in another direction. So this person's trying to make a decision as to what to do now because they know things have changed. You have changed. For some of you, this person always thought you was going to be the same person, always going to be the one that is how they saw you, how they envisioned you previously, but they've having to change their mind as to how to handle this because you're just a changed person. You've moved on, you've moved forward, you've closed cycles, you're just not that person anymore. So what is this decision about? The Two of Wands, please give me the message, Spirit. And we've got the Page of Pentacles in reverse. Do they want to stagnate you? Because it says on this card, meeting through work, practical, non-romantic. Okay. But they not even want to do that. It's in reverse. Because the page is always about, it's almost like somebody doesn't want to do the work and they're trying to figure out how to get. This person, whoever this is, let me tell you, okay, this is this is crazy. Somebody sees you in your independence. They see that you've balanced, that your energy has changed, that you're a different person. They want to rush in, but they can't. Now, when I see the Four of Swords, it's about coming out of the fray. Does this person no longer know where you are, who you are, where you live, what you do? Does this person no longer know anything about this? Because sometimes when I see this, it's like you've turned into the Ghost Nation. Have you turned into the Ghost Nation? I call it the Ghost Nation. I got it from another time. I'm telling you, that is such a fitting word because for some of you, you've just come off of the face of the earth. Some of you come off the face of the earth and this person's trying to make a decision, but they don't want to work on it. It's not that they don't want to work on it. It's kind of like, when I see that, it's kind of like they're trying to find the easiest route to get to you. But it's hard for them. They're trying to make a decision as to what to do because what route to take because you have changed. You've moved forward. You've moved on. But why is the World card here in particular? Why have you moved on? What is the message here? What is the message here, Spirit? Queen of Wands, you're in your dynamics. There's two messages. Oh no, the Queen of Wands for me is always going to be the karmic, but also the Queen of Wands in her good sense is somebody who's dynamic, who's passionate about what they do. And have you noticed all the masculine figures here are all knights, whereas the queens have come out here. And the Nine of Pentacles is the step down from the Empress. But the Queen of Wands is always going to be the passionate one, the one that you can trust, in a good sense. You've moved on and turned into somebody else who's passionate, who's really one of those people that's trustworthy, who's one of those people that once you gain their trust, it's for life. It's one of those type of characters. So what I'm seeing here is somebody's trying to figure out what to do because you've moved on and turned into somebody else, somebody who's passionate about what they do, somebody who is, as whereas before you could have been that timid somebody, that innocent person, that person that didn't see the world with you saw the world with rose-colored glasses, because you see this character here, this Queen of Wands, she don't see it that way. She sees it for what it is. And this Knight of Wands here is no match for her. It's no match for her whatsoever. When you see that, it's crazy, because this person wants to win at all costs, wants to win you over at all costs. But it's kind of like they're trying to figure out how to do it because they're trying to go down the road of least resistance, the road of least, I call it effort, because Pentacles is always going to be about work. And if it's not about work, it's about instability. Is it that this person is also unstable as well? Oh, that's something to think about, people. That's something to think about. Do you know what I mean? Because you've moved on. You are closing cycles and seeing them for what they are, and becoming the person you should be. Becoming the person that's got their wise hat on. So this person sees it as a challenge. Whoever this is, whoever you're dealing with, whatever you're dealing with, sees it as a challenge. But why is the Knight of Wands here? Please give me the message. Please give us a more direct message. Nine of Cups. Yeah. This person sees you as a wish fulfillment. You can't make this up, collective. Look at this. They're looking at you as their contentment. They're looking at you as somebody that is it's definitely a wish fulfillment. When I look at this is telling the story of a message of you now in your independence. They could have taught you that lesson. They could have taught you, to be independent, because sometimes relying on people and being emotionally involved does nothing when you haven't got logic involved. And so this is because Pentacles is always going to be about the logic as well. It's always going to be about the logic. You've balanced yourself out. Somebody doesn't like that, though. I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm just saying that somebody doesn't like that you're actually well-rounded, well-balanced now, whereas they could take advantage of you before. That's what I'm getting. You could look at this two ways, because the Knight of Swords is always going to be the bull in the train shop, and sometimes it's in the wrong way as well. Very tunnel visioned. Between the Knight of the Swords and the Knight of the Wands, that's a very aggressive person. Aggressive. It could be aggressive in thoughts, or it could be that they're just aggressive full stop and they want what they want, because there's a wish fulfillment here. This is something else. I'm looking at these cards and I'm seeing that there's only one major arcana. And it's the Temperance card. No, sorry, there's two. The World card and the Temperance card. That says a lot. The World card and the Temperance card, you definitely, whoever you are, collective, you've definitely moved on in some way, shape or form. Whether you've developed yourself, started businesses, moved on to other lovers or other people. But it's almost like you're still looking back. Because the very first card is the Nine of Pentacles. You and your independence. You in your balance, your stability. You've healed. You've grown. That's crazy. So what does the future hold then? Shall we look? Because you know when I go to the bottom of the deck, I'm the bottom of the deck, Queen, and it's future energies. Do you know what I mean? So let's figure it out, shall we? So what's coming up as future energies? What's going to happen? Death card. Transformation. See, do you know, you could be a wish fulfillment all day long. But because of who you are, you're moving on from that. You're moving on from that and you're being selfish. And if you saw my twin flame message, that was the last thing that came up. But this is like a follow-on from that, really, because it was mentioning that you should be loving on yourself first. And this is what this is about. Sometimes this is about being selfish, but sometimes it's about loving on yourself, being selfish. Do you know what I mean? Being selfish. I mean, these are all cards. The Seven of Wands, these are all cards of self, really, of self. Defending yourself. It says, do you know, sometimes it is about the ego. It says, big O ego, try seeing the other side. But this is also about holding your ground. This is about defending yourself. This is about, you know, protecting yourself. Spiritual protection, people, spiritual protection. But what's coming up next for some of you possibly is a new start to love. Or have you felt, or in the future, you really find the love of self? Do you know? In the future, is there new creative situations? Is there new love? Is there new everything? You're a completely different person, but to some people, you come across as brand new. Do you know what I mean? Wow. All in all, this is telling the story of not so much of being naive and having to deal with karmic situations, but it's more about you now in your independence, doing what you do, doing what you want. And somebody else here is trying to make the decision as to actually move towards you. What's their next step? How are they going to move towards you? Because you are definitely a wish fulfillment, but have they turned it? For some of you, have they turned it into competition? For some of you, or is it that in their mind they want to win you over at all costs and they don't know how to do that? This is where the Two of Wands is. What path do they take? Which way do they go? Because you've definitely changed. You've definitely moved on. You've closed cycles. You know, the question is, do you open cycles? Because, you know, believe it or not, you know, you could be a karmic to somebody. You're dealing with karmic situations, but you can be a karmic yourself. Karma is all about lessons. It's just lessons. Do you know what I mean? But sometimes we repeat those things over and over again. But you've definitely closed cycles and learnt your lesson when it comes to that card right there. Interesting. And so in the future, it's kind of like, you see, as it says in this card, as far as love is concerned, changing old patterns of behavior. Exactly. Changing old patterns of behavior. You know, transferring, transforming. And when you see the Four of Pentacles, you've transformed to the point where you're now loving on yourself. You really are loving on yourself. You're protecting your energy. You're being selfish with your energy. You're selfish to who you give it to. But is this person going to come in the right way and start again? Or is this new love? This is what you have to ask yourself, collective. Oh, that's interesting, people. That's interesting. Wow. Are you protecting yourself from love? For some of you, you just don't want the love right now. Are you just saying no to love? Because these, if you see in the corner of these, they're both no cards. Are you saying no to love? You're just doing you. Is that what it is? Anyway, I'm going to leave that there, people. And we'll move on to the next section. Now, I'm not sure what that's going to be, but I will announce it. So I'll be back, people. Okay. What is going on, peeps? What is going on? So I thought I'd include a karmic message. Now, some of you really are dealing with karmic people, situations, environments, whatever. So we're going to take out a couple of cards for the karmic situation, okay? Because they're karmic situations. What do we want with them? So let's get a message out in reference to that and see where we're at with this karmic. Because some of you, it's literally people that are standing in the way of you having what you want, whether it's a person, a situation, an environment, somewhere you want to be and you can't because of the karmic situations they've done to you, whatever that may be. So let's figure it out, shall we? I've got these beautiful cards. What they're called? A deep, dark, dangerous oracle, and it's definitely going to give us a karmic message. And I might even read, because I'm not called Valerie's Natural Oracles for nothing. I love an oracle card because there's only one message you can get from it. Do you know what I mean? It gives you the message with it. So let's just see what we got in here. Thank you, Spirit. Please give me the message. What we've got in reference to this karmic situation. Somebody's in grief. Is the karmic in grief? Ooh, I wasn't expecting that. Hunger. That's interesting. And the last card is mischief. Oh, this is making so much sense. Here's what it is. Karmics are not getting their way, it looks like, at the moment. It looks like they're not getting their way. The very first card is grief, and it's called Banshee. Now, if you know what a Banshee, do you know what a Banshee is? I think it's some demonic entity, isn't it? We could do a quick read on that, but this card is called grief. Okay, you can look at it two ways. Now, I don't want to go down the road of I'm going to say they're grieving the loss of a situation. Now, karmics, in a traditional sense, is usually somebody who interferes in a twin flame soulmate situation, or somebody who's just karmic who gets in the way of something. It's a lesson you need to learn. It's a lesson that you need to understand. And some people just don't know that they're karmic. But at the moment, this karmic situation is in grief. What is the grief about? Because what we've got here next is the vampire. And it's called hunger. Number 28, by the way, it's dangerous. Because these cards each, I didn't even look at that one. That one says dangerous as well. Number 33. Okay. And then it's got number 28, dangerous. Is that suggesting that this karmic is dangerous? That they need to feed a hunger. They're in grief because they need to feed a hunger. And the very last card is called mischief. And it's number 44. And again, it's dangerous because each of these has got one called dangerous, deep, dark, or dangerous. The cards are actually named split in three. It's deep, dark, and they've all come up as dangerous. That suggests immediately that whoever this karmic situation, person, or whatever it is definitely going to be dangerous. They're not feeding a hunger and want to cause some mischief. This is crazy. Spirit is sending you a message that because this karmic is not getting what they want to feed this hunger that they have and want to cause some mischief. Now, has it been quiet for you for a while? Have you not heard from this karmic situation for a while, or nothing has happened with this karmic situation and all of a sudden things are going wrong for you? Pray on it. Pray on it because, things are like running tickety-boo for you, and then all of a sudden something happens that has thrown a leap for you. It has put you in fear. But fear is nothing but the devil. Pray on it. Pray on it. Chant on it. Palo Santo, White Sage. Do all of that. ask Spirit to help you out. Help whoever you are affiliated to. God, Spirit, Islam, whoever. But the message I'm getting here is that they're tired of sitting, watching and waiting. They're tired of being in this situation of grief because they're not getting what they want. So obviously grief is a thing. Or is it that there's a death of a situation here and now they want to cause mischief because they're not getting what they want? They want to feed a hunger inside. Because remember, if you really are a karmic person and you are of ill repute or you are on the wrong side of the spiritual realm, okay, you're going to want to keep feeding that hunger. You want to keep causing that mischief. You want to keep causing problems. And you don't understand, and they don't understand why. And remember, as like I always say, you can be just as karmic and you don't even realize it. We've got karma to serve, whether you know that or not. I'm a strong believer. I'm into Buddhism. So, I'm into Nichiren Buddhism in particular. And Nichiren Buddhism advocates that we all have karma. And we take that karma from lifetime to lifetime. But when we go into our new lifetime, because that's all about reincarnation, so therefore that's another thing, you believe in reincarnation, you're reincarnated in somebody else or some situation. And we take that karma with us from lifetime to lifetime, but we don't know when we step into that new life what that karma is. But if there's repeated cycles, that is the repeated karma. And if you look back, for example, your mother, your grandmother, your great-grandmother, there's something along that line that sometimes shows you what that karma is. And you could be here to break those chains. You could be here to break that karma. But I don't want to keep rambling, but this message here is that they want to come out and play. They want to come out and cause mischief. They want to feed that hunger of that karma that's inside of them, that they want to come out. So if it's a karmic person, for example, they're tired of sitting and watching and waiting. They want to start causing some mischief. Just know and understand that. It looks like this is the season for it, people. I'm going to leave that there, but these people are grieving the loss of something and want to take it out on somebody else. Or they're they're grieving the loss of what they had and want to cause mischief to get back what they had. Do you know what I mean? They want to come out to play, people. The karmics want to come out to play. They're feeling the hunger for the lot. They're feeling the hunger. Just know and understand that some of these people are just empty vessels. They're agents. They're agents. Ripe for the feeling in a negative sense. Negative energy. Just know and understand that. So when things start going wrong for you and you can't understand why, pray on it. Pray on it. Because there's definitely negative entities or energies that are causing problems. So I'm going to leave that there, people. That was serious. Anyway, you take care till next time, and I hope that makes sense to you. And I'm moving on to the next section now, people, because karma, we need to come with a positive message now, don't we? Because we don't want the karmic message, because this one is really like, look at this picture. Look at this. These karmics are not. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there. Until next time, I will be back, people. What is going on, peeps? I'm back, and this time I thought, after that karmic message, if you didn't listen to it, go back. That was a bit serious. Feeding the hunger, the mischief of it all. But if you didn't get that, I thought after that, because that was actually quite negative, and I might call it either the karmic negative message, but I don't know. But let's see. I'll make a decision. But I thought after that, we need a positive message. So I've literally got out the law of positivity. positivism. We need a positive message after that. And as you know, I'm Valerie's Naturals Oracles. I love an oracle message. So if it doesn't come apparent what the message really is, and then I'll go to the actual guidance that it comes with, because you can't see that. Look, that is, if you've been here long enough, I'm spirit guides against that, and anything that drops out is a side note. So the side note here is, I go deeper into the root of my physical discomforts to learn and heal. That's a message for somebody. And that's card number 1. This is the beginning. Is there something that's ailing you? Then you need to go deeper and get the root of the cause, the physical discomforts, and heal. I go deeper in the root of my physical discomfort to learn to heal. So that might be a message for somebody. I'm going to put that to the side though. That might be a message that somebody needs to hear. But I'm going to get the positive message out here now, because, Holy Spirit, please give me the message. As above, so below. What positive message do you have? And I'm not taking those because there's too many. But let's see. What positive message do you have for the collective today, Spirit? Please give me the message. Do you know something positive? Please give us the message. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, so that was turned over. But I'm taking one from here. Thank you, Spirit. I forgive and release the past to heal my life. And it's number 21. Okay, that might make some significance to you. 1 + 2 is 3. Okay, we've got number 1 here. I forgive and release the past to heal my life. This is the message that's been running all the way through this, from the twin flame soulmate message. The first thing that came out was forgiveness. Do you know what I mean? That was the first thing that came out. The tarot message was about you moving on from the past, closing cycles, and loving on yourself, which part of that is forgiveness. And then we've got the karmic situation. I mean, that wasn't about forgiveness, but we need to be strong and think of ourselves first when we come across these situations. But again, we've got this forgiveness message, and I'm inclined to read it. Okay, it's a positive message, and it's number 3. I'm not going to go deep though. Let's just see. Number 3. Is it number? Oh no, it's 21, isn't it? Sorry, I'm saying 3. It's 21. I forgive and release the past. It says forgiveness is the internal process of unconditional acceptance, compassion, and release. When we understand that we have to accept all of life, its blessings and lessons, to fully walk our path, we release the need to hold on to the past. Forgiveness is the way to liberation and unconditional love and acceptance. That's crazy. What are you holding on to that is keeping you in the past? Is it a place, situation, event, memory, or person? Is it something that has been happening within or outside of you? For some of you, it's going to be that twin flame soulmate, soul tie. You're going to think about that person every single day. The tie is strong, and some people like to do things like candle magic. I don't believe in it. Because when you're doing candle magic, although you releasing the person, does that person on the other end know that you're releasing them? They don't. For me, candle magic doesn't make any sense. I'm not into all that. I'm not into the love potions. I say that though, dark magic is real. And that for me is classed as dark magic, because once you start doing love potions and stuff like that, why am I going down this road? I don't know. But when you start doing things like love potions and that, you're attracting darkness. And I'm going to tell you why. If you entice somebody with a love potion, that person is then tied to you because of that love potion. What if you turn around and don't want to have that association with that person anymore, but that love potion is still there and still activated and still strong? That's going to become, on the other person's part, an obsession, and it could become quite a negative obsession because they don't want you, but they can't understand why they're tied to you. That's a whole nother story. And I don't know why I went down that road, but you got to forgive the past, because it says here, I just lost it again. It says, oh, I know why I went down that path, because what are you holding on to keep you in the past? sometimes it's hard because these people really have done things that have tied you. But again, I'm a big believer in prayer. I'm a big believer in prayer. I'm a big believer in meditation. I'm a big believer. Now, if on the other hand, you've forgiven that person, but you still want them in your life, pray again. You can meditate. There's meditations that you can call in the twin flame soulmate. And if you really want to know all that, I can give you that. I can actually find you I can find you meditation that can do that. And you could literally meditate on that person and gauge how they feel about you. Anyway, that's that. But this is why this is here. I forgive and release the past to heal my life. And it's such a positive thing. So there's two messages here. I go deeper into the root of my physical discomforts to learn and heal. Because sometimes, and I don't know if you know, that ailments are caused by physical. Sometimes it's a lot to do with stress as well. Things that have happened to you in your past, things that have happened to you, and you're still harboring that stress of it all, the resentment of it all. And this is why, sometimes stress comes out in physical forms. Stress comes out in physical forms, and it's to go deeper on that. And I'm not saying I'm an expert, but I'm learning to go deeper on situations. And it's all about knowing thyself. Know thyself and what makes you comfortable, what makes you get past certain things. And sometimes it's about shadow work. And sometimes it's about going deeper and understanding. And 9 times out of 10, we're strangling our inner child because it's usually this trauma is coming from when you were younger. So I'm going to stop that talk now. But here's the positive message. Forgive and release the past to heal my life. Have you done that, collective? Have you done that? So no matter what comes at you, it's not going to be a problem. Whatever comes at you is not going to be a problem. So just know and understand that. Do you see in this picture, there's a moon here. It's about intuition. It's about emotions. This person's got their back to the situation. It's almost like you've turned away from past situations and released it. Oh, that's a positive message. I will be back, peeps. I know this is, I'm doing this in sections because I haven't done it for such a long time and I don't plan on doing it like an everyday situation. So what I'm going to do is do it in sections, timestamp it so that you can go to whatever section you want. I think the next section will be all the tarot, but it'll be short tarot messages. Okay, so I'll be back, peeps. What is going on, peeps? I'm back and I'm going to give an angel message. I've got a book. It's called the Angel Numbers book. And the whole book goes to, I think it goes to 1,000, the number 1,000. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to open it, close my eyes and point to one and see what comes out. Okay, so let's start the process, people. So let's get out an angel message. Where shall we go? I'm going to stop here and close my eyes and point. Oh, so angel message today is number 304. Be united. A present circumstance is challenging a belief or value you hold dear. Become more united with your values by writing them down in your own words and explaining what they uniquely mean to you. Do this today, focusing on a value that feels challenged by the outside world. I could come out with one immediately. Do you have a dysfunctional family? Do you need to come together in a common goal? And it's hard to do that when your family is scattered near and far and not talking to each other. And it's, is it challenging to get them together? Be united. And that's number 304. So I hope that made sense to you. Screenshot that if you see it, okay? But that's a short message, okay? Until next time, people.